To help your YouTube channel stand out in today's crowded marketplace, you need to make sure your channel is optimized and aligned with your video's niche. In this video, I guide you through the basic information that so many channels simply miss off, which makes it harder for them to grow and is one of the reasons why your channel will stand out. I cover 4 things that every YouTube channel should have. So hang around to the very end of this video to make sure you apply all of them on your own channel as we go through. This will help ensure you are optimizing in the right way, and if you're just jumping into this video right now, then it's actually part of a full playlist which I will link below for you. I strongly suggest that you start at the beginning so you can work your way through and you don't miss any vital information for creating and optimizing your YouTube channel. With all that being said, let's jump over to the computer and get started.
Okay, so the first thing we need to do is head up to our icon in the top right hand corner and go down to YouTube Studio. On YouTube Studio, come over to Customization and then click onto the Basic Info tab. This is the screen that we're going to be completing today, and we're actually going to start at the bottom and work our way up. So the first thing is looking at the contact info. This is the email address that is publicly available on your YouTube channel. What this means is that when someone goes to your channel, they can find the email address that you put in here on your public information. Now, if you don't have an email address that you want to be public, then you can leave this blank. However, it does mean that people cannot contact you unless it's through your videos and the comments that they submit. And if somebody wants to have a genuine conversation with you, something that's a little bit more in-depth, then you may miss out from them contacting you because this information is not available on your YouTube channel. Where possible, I do suggest having a contact info email address here, especially if you're a business and you want people to be contacting you through all different methods. So in here, I'm going to put my standard email and then come up to publish. Now what that will do is display my contact info, my email address on the About page. Let me show you on the channel. So this is the home screen, and if you come over to About, you now have this section being applied here, and it says for business inquiries, and you can click on this button and it will show your email address. That is now publicly visible to everybody that visits my channel. If I head back over to the studio, and now we're going to look at links. You can have pretty much as many links as you want on your site, and the first 5 can display on your YouTube banner as well. They only display on the desktop, but quite a few people do watch YouTube on the desktop or on a laptop, so it's well worth adding. And you can create buttons, which we'll go through in just a few minutes, which encourage the user to subscribe. So how do you add links? Well, it's quite simple. Click on Add Link just here, and you get 2 boxes pop up. The first one is what you want it to be titled. So in this case, I'm going to have subscribe, and then your URL for the subscribe button will be your channel URL, which you can get, which is just above. So you can click this button here and copy. You can paste that. Now what that will do is direct users to the home screen, which is kind of pointless because they'll already be on the home screen at that point. So what we actually need to do is add a little bit of extra text onto the end of this URL so YouTube knows what to do when people click subscribe. The bit we need to add on is $sub_confirmation equals 1. I'll leave the text in the description below so you can easily copy and paste into your URL field like I've just done here. Now what that actually does, I will show you in just a second. But if we click publish, we can now demonstrate on our channel that first of all in our About tab, we've now got links and it says subscribe. And you've also on the banner now got the subscribe button just up here. I know it's not quite in the right position yet. We want it to be over here a little bit more, but we'll rectify that in a minute. If I now click on to subscribe, I see this confirmation come up saying, do you want to subscribe to the channel? If I click subscribe, it's going to say I can't because I'm logged in as the channel. But for anybody else, it will then say successfully subscribed and take you back to this home page. So I'm just going to come up and head back over to my customization tab and add in some extra links down here. Now you can have whichever links you want. I suggest having a subscribe button as the first one, and then your website and other social media platforms as others. You can of course have anything you like here. And if you're a business, you may actually want to remove the subscribe button and link to a freebie that you offer to encourage more people to subscribe to your email list. Now that's a business tactic that I cover in Ultimate YouTuber a lot more. However, just be aware that there are clever things that you can do to encourage your business to gain leads even at this level. I'm now going to add these extra links in really quickly. And then to save that, I'm just going to come up and click publish. Now, if I head over back to my YouTube channel, click on the about, you can see all of the links that I've added in down here, and also the buttons on the banner are now displaying as you would expect, and the subscribe lines up as you'd want it to as well. Now, if we head back over into our customization and scroll up slightly, your channel URL can be changed when you have 100 subscribers and your channel is more than 30 days old. Right now, this channel is less than 30 days old and has 0 subscribers, so I don't have the options here. But when you do hit that threshold, you can change the bit that I've got highlighted there, the gobbledygook that makes no sense, into something that is more related to your channel. So just be aware that that's where you do that. Although we're not covering it properly in this video, it's very easy and quick to do once you've got those options enabled. The last thing we're covering today is the channel name and description. Now, both of these also link in to keyword research and doing your keyword research, which is really important if you want to grow and be noticed by a lot of people. Looking at all the keyword research is a video in itself, so I'm not covering that directly today, but as a very quick overview, you need at least 3 keywords that you want to try and rank for on your channel and weaved into your description. I suggest you try and have a few more than that, but it is entirely up to you how many words and phrases you try to rank for. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can see exactly how to do that on another video that I've created for you already. Now, we've already named our channel. I'm going to leave it like that for now, and the description is limited to 1,000 characters. So you don't have too much to write here. However, I do suggest that you have a template to follow when you're writing your description. The first 115 characters will display in additional places other than just your About tab. So for example, the first 115 characters will display on mobile when you load up your YouTube channel. For that reason, the first 115 characters should be a summary and quick explanation of what your YouTube channel provides, the promise that you're giving to your subscribers and your viewers. After that, I like to have a qualifying question, which basically means if somebody's reading your About page, they will look at this and say, yes, that's me. If it's not them, then they might click off and go elsewhere, and you might be thinking, well, actually, I don't want anyone to be clicking off and going elsewhere, but you do want to highlight exactly who this channel is for. So you don't have to add a qualifying question, but I do recommend doing that simply because if the viewer is someone that is your ideal audience, they will be saying yes at this point, and you've basically converted them to liking your channel already. Now, after you've asked that qualifying question, restate what your channel is actually doing. So just reconfirm to them that this is the place for them and the place that they want to be visiting regularly. Explain it in a little bit more detail. You've only got 1,000 characters, so you still have to be fairly precise. However, you can go into more detail than the first line of your description. After you've done that, you want to finish with a call to action, something for the viewer to do. For most channels, I recommend saying subscribe to the channel. If you're a business, you could also say head over to the website or contacts me on this number or something like that. However, for most people and for the channel to grow most effectively, you want to ask them to subscribe to your channel. So as an example, I've prepared a description for Ultimate Gamer, and I'm going to paste that into the box right now so you can see an example of what I'm talking about. Okay, so just to run through that structure with you again, the first line is under 115 characters long and says, I help you find the very best indie games to play on PC and review indie games from all different genres. Now, if I was a gamer and I was a PC gamer and I was interested in basically any genre, then I know that this is the best place to come for indie games. And now I head into the qualifying question. Are you a gamer looking for a new challenge or want to try something new? Maybe you already know your next indie game but want to find independent reviews before handing over your hard-earned cash. So those qualifying questions are aimed for the user that's reading them to say, yes, that's me. And then I restate what this channel is about. On this channel, I review new and upcoming indie games for you to play. And then I go into a little bit more detail so they know exactly what to expect. So if you love to support small developers but don't want to waste your time filtering through indie PC games that aren't up to your standards, then this is the channel for you. And then I describe my uploading schedule and exactly what they can expect from each video. I upload videos every week which follow a structure so you can easily skip to the parts that interest you. We take a brief look at the game and the indie developer's origins and then try out the game for the first time. I deep dive into key game elements and where possible give you an unbiased opinion so you can decide whether the game is worth your investment. And then to finish off, we give them a call to action. So if they are not yet subscribed to our channel, I now say subscribe now so you can stay up to date with the latest indie game reviews. So in that small space of time, we've taken them on a very short journey. Most people would read that and kind of breeze over it. However, some viewers will read it and actually take action on what they've read. For those that take action, they know in the very last line, they've got a call to action, and that's what they're going to do next. Now, the final thing on this page is the add language button down here. I would suggest that anybody that speaks multiple languages and that's going to be using your YouTube channel for multiple languages, you add the extra channel description in here. I only speak English, so I wouldn't be able to translate anything into another language, but this is where you would do that so multilingual channels can speak to both languages at the same time. I'm going to come out of that, but that's where you would do that. And once you've finished all of this, then click publish and we'll take one final look at our channel. And now, as you can see on the about page, you've got your description, your business inquiries details, and your links. This page has now been fully built. And I don't know if you noticed, but throughout the description, I've weaved in some keywords and some keyword phrases that I want to try and rank for on this channel. This is a massive part of optimizing your channel and shouldn't be underestimated in the amount of reach. Having said that, I don't think that you should spend too long on this. It's worth getting a good description in place. However, it's not something that you want to be changing on a regular basis. Every time you make a change, then Google will have to re-index your whole channel. And that can work for good, and it can also cause you some problems. So I hope that's all been helpful. Please consider liking and subscribing. And in the very next video, we'll be looking over the playlists, which will enable us to shape our homepage into something custom and make it look attractive for your subscribers and returning viewers. So I'll see you in the next video.